Hey guys, this is Marvin.
And this is Earl. Welcome back to another personal episode with just me and the Marv.
The Marv.
The Mav.
So what is today's topic, Mr. Earl?
One thing a lot of people ask me to do more of is talk about me and Marvin as personalities. Because we actually don't have much time within our episodes with guests to talk about who we are as people. And a lot of people keep saying like, who is Marvin, or how does he think about Marvin, or Earl, like what's more about us? Quite recently, actually, I got asked what is my story, and I couldn't even answer that properly.
Okay, interesting.
So I'm thinking we take these opportunities within the episodes between us, talk a bit more about us, but at the same time have a little bit of a topic. What do you think?
Yeah, sounds good. Today's topic, we had a brief conversation about it before. It was about inner child, right?
Yeah, we're gonna try to hit two birds with one stone. Get to talk about a bit of our childhood, the reason why we are the way we are, and under the category of our inner child. Marvin, what to you is an inner child?
What do I think is an inner child?
What do you think is an inner child?
My knowledge of what an inner child would be is a reflection of who you were as a kid, how you reacted as a kid, how you grew up, and everything, basically everything as a child, who you were. Yeah.
Pretty good.
What about you, Earl?
I think the inner child is literally you as a child. All the things that people had gotten into you about, like all the little traumas that you went through, all the little triumphs or things that got you excited as a child, things that everything, let's say a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 10-year-old even self, Earl, was the things he got to experience and the things that shaped him, the things he noticed about the world, and what made him excited and what made him so happy about little things, made him angry or things that made him sad. That version of him, or that version of me, sorry, is still inside me. Where a lot of that version, sometimes I choose to embrace, or sometimes I choose to acknowledge or neglect. But that's what I feel like the inner child is, like little 10-year-old self at the most, or 12-year-old.
When is the cutoff for an inner child?
I don't know. It doesn't really, there's no real definition, but I feel like that moment you start to be told that you're an adult, or like, oh, you're a big kid, I think. And then you start like to
13, 14 maybe.
Yeah. And then you're starting to be
teenager,
expected to make decisions on your own.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, any good parent knows that to start giving the decision handling skills at a younger age is better. But when you're really expecting that they make those decisions for themselves, I feel like that's when you turn outside of becoming your authentic self.
So what do you think of your inner child, and memories and emotions come to mind?
So I think if I'm thinking about my inner child right now, I think he's very alive and well.
What do you mean by he's very alive and well?
Where a lot of people's inner child's almost kind of lost, and then they spark up in different moments. Mine is like running wild right now. Like he's still alive and well and kicking, because I'm still a very emotional person, and I let my emotions rise to the surface, and people get to see not only my authentic self, but my inner child, because I let him run wild. You know, I let him, I get excited about things. I don't repress it. I don't go, oh, that's lame, or that's not manly. Okay. So if you ask me what I think about my inner child right now, I think he's dope. Me and him are in a good relationship. High five. What's up?
Just having
like that's the emotions I think of.
Yourself,
yeah, bro. Like honestly, what was your question again? Sorry, so that I'm answering it right.
What do you think of your inner child? What memories or emotions come to mind?
I think my inner child is dope.
Okay.
Little Earl, he's a beast. Nah, he's cool. He's cool. But what emotions come to my mind? Just like dot points. A very excited kid. A very optimistic, super unwavering, like more than I am now as an adult. He was fazed by a lot of things, but he didn't let that stop him. He used it as fuel to like burn and like get better at so many things and prove so many people wrong. That was him. He's a very passionate kid. How about you? What thoughts and emotions come to you?
How I think of my inner child right now, I think mine's lost.
Oof.
I do have a sense of where I guess you would say where my inner child is right now, but I haven't tapped into him for so long, just because that person was neglected as when I was younger. Bringing him to my life now, carrying him the emotions and like lessons from when I was a child to now, there's not much of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is surprising because this feels like a little bit of a therapy session, to be honest.
Yeah.
I just feel kind of sad because I'm not able to talk too much in depth about it. I haven't really thought about it for so long.
To be honest, man, like first meeting you as a adult, right? Even though we've been friends for quite a long time, a lot of your mannerisms were fueled by like what people thought of you. When I used to get frustrated about people like bagging me on something, and I always be like, why? Like I always used to ask, like, why would this person give me so much shit? I didn't do anything to them. And what was that thing you always say? You always like, honestly, bro, because you react to it.
Yes.
Yeah, honestly, like, see, if you just be like me and don't react, then they won't bag you. You know what I mean? Because I'm guessing because that's what everyone told me to do as well.
Yeah.
Trust me, me being so confrontational, where you're like, okay, and not really like, it's cool. That's cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That's a great way to deflect. Yeah. The little certain things like that for me. What I noticed about you was like, you always, you let people shape you because you didn't want.
Would you say shape though? I don't think necessarily shape.
What would you say?
Why would you say shape?
Because it was the fact that everyone said the same thing to like, don't react to this or don't get bothered by this or blah, blah, blah. That's what everyone always coached me to do, but I never used to listen because I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do what the fuck I want to do. In terms of your inner child, what emotions come to mind?
What emotions?
Describe him, dot point. What things, what was he like? What was your inner child? If you had to describe him.
I would say happy.
Happy?
Yeah, oblivious.
Oh, that's very...
Yeah, very oblivious.
Yeah, that sounds real.
Yeah. So I was always in my own little world. I would never really pay attention to anything else unless I'm focused on one thing. What else did I feel? Lonely.
I was waiting for that one. Fuck.
Yeah, lonely.
Yeah, lonely. To be honest, all the shit that you told me about your childhood, it never seemed like you were surrounded by people. You had friends that you attached yourself to, but you never had mentors or...
I think the biggest thing for me, I felt disconnected. I don't know why, but I personally felt disconnected.
With reality? Or what did you feel disconnected with?
I don't know, because I felt like I had a decent childhood, but I just felt disconnected, or maybe just now.
Yeah.
Like I should go see a therapist, eh?
Yeah, man. Seriously, dude. Yeah, shit. Like, that's not even a joke. Maybe if you haven't explored these until now, maybe it's time to.
Yeah. I think I probably would, actually.
Yeah.
Just to kind of get a better explanation for the reasons why.
Yeah. Got me with that lonely part, bro. Shit.
But the weird thing is, I don't think I was lonely in terms of her friends.
Because you had friends.
Yeah.
And you had your sister.
Yeah, I had my sister as well.
Yeah.
But I don't know why the loneliness was there.
How does your inner child influence your adult life?
Yeah, since I was neglected, the thing is, I didn't think I was neglected as a child. I think my mom was just someone that wasn't taught how to raise a child. Because she essentially came to this country by herself, and then when she divorced my dad, she was basically on her own for a while. My stepdad was a stepdad, so they never really, I guess you would say, necessarily tried to be a father figure in a sense, because he had his own children as well. So obviously he would rather be a father figure to his own children. When it comes to me and my sister, we're more just like kind of there. That's what I think happened. I think that's one of the explanations. Yeah, so I never got that attention. And then after, my mom was always working so late, so I never got the attention from her as well. So generally, for me, what I've learned is that a parent's job is to guide your child to have their own decisions, teach them how to think. I don't think I ever got that.
How has it influenced you then?
Influenced me now?
Yeah.
I was never really able to think for myself until I got into the whole self-development sector.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I like self-development so much. It forces you to ask these deep questions to yourself.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
Facts. Is that it? In other aspects? How about...
I think since I was so neglected and didn't receive enough attention when I was a child, I think it's affected my way how I treat my relationships with other people.
Yeah.
So I think you should know. I kind of neglect our relationship.
Oh, I don't feel neglected.
No?
I don't feel neglected.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Maybe I feel like I do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be honest, if anything, like I said, I have 6 best friends in total. It's different for me, right? Like I've always been surrounded with people who always want to be my friend without making it sound like I'm not being cocky.
Yeah.
But because of my personality, a lot of people are drawn to me.
Yeah.
And a lot of people want to be my friend. And if they're feeling lonely, they feel like I can help them or I can introduce them to a lot of friends. What I've noticed is from yourself, because I don't feel neglected at all. The reason why I come to you a lot is because you give attention to what I say. You listen to what I say. You actually like you also give me feedback that isn't so
Biased?
biased.
Okay.
You'll like tell me how it is. In saying that, that's why I reach out and ask you for advice, right? Because you'll tell me how it is.
Yeah.
Where I think now most people are I think a lot of people are not in the realm of where I live my life anymore.
Oh, yeah, okay.
So they don't know what to say or how to deal with what I'm doing.
Yes.
So they just neglect.
Like process
Yeah.
what you're feeling.
Yeah. They don't literally, they just say, oh my God, that's crazy. Or Earl, you live such a crazy life. Oh my God, Earl, I don't even know how you deal with that. Like that's every response I have now.
Yeah.
Where you're the only one, excluding some of my best friends, who will tell me, who will take time to listen to what I say, process what I'm saying, and like give me feedback.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that happens. I don't know.
Very often with like people that's outside of your circle, right?
Yeah, but take away myself, I think maybe you've neglected some friends.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Yeah, I can see it with some of the people who's reached out to you, wanting to be your friend. You haven't given that much.
It was a while ago. I feel sorry for this. I feel sorry for the people that I have neglected because they were good friends. But I think I was at a part of my life where I just needed to focus on myself just because I needed to get out of a specific hole that I was in. Essentially got into the party life and wanted to remove myself from any situations that could make me relapse into that sector.
That's true.
How does your inner child influence your adult life?
My inner child, man, bro, my inner child is like 100% influences me in the biggest way. My authentic self or my adult self is like everything that my inner child wanted to be or was told he couldn't be.
Okay.
So like I think growing up quite a lot, I was always the guy, always the underdog. Like I've always been short in a sense, but because of my small stature, I'm 5'5". But like because of my small stature, back then I was a lot skinnier too. Because me being Asian in a not so Asian school, my being nice and all that, I was just told I can do anything, bro. Like, no offense to my family, apart from one of my uncles who always believed in me. I was always not. I was expected to be better, but always told I couldn't be.
Okay.
Yeah, and everyone always said, "Oh, I'm weak." All I did was fight that. My inner child was so fucking passionate about like, "Oh, fuck you! Are you kidding? I'm not weak." So what did I do? Played rugby. Played rugby the whole fucking time I was in New Zealand.
So essentially, you did let people's opinions shape you, but as fuel, right?
Yeah, as fuel,
which is good. Which is good.
But I tried, I think, my best to remain my authentic self. But it's still very hard. Even to this day, it's so fucking hard. I was always told I couldn't fight. Whenever fighting was on the tables, I took the first time. Like I took every opportunity to get into a punch on. Seriously, like I would even instigate something between two people and then jump in a punch on.
What?
Like seriously, because
you just wanted to fight.
Yeah, like everyone always thought Earl couldn't. You should have seen like we had like full on school brawls, and people would just look at me because they'd be like, "Oh, okay, I want to punch Earl first." So I'll be like, "Fucking punch me!" How he's influenced me now is I still wear my heart on my chest. Everything he felt insecure about is everything now that I feel confident about.
Yeah,
I feel strong without sounding like a cocky kind, but I feel strong, and I work every day at it to be strong. So I hit the gym all the time, and that's not so people look at me and go, "Yeah, he's strong." That's so I feel in myself that I'm strong.
Yep.
when I don't lift enough that I feel like I should be lifting, I don't tell myself, "Oh, it's okay." I beat myself down. I'm not lifting weights to compare myself. It's to make myself feel that I'm strong enough.
Yep.
I still have that underdog mentality where now I don't think anyone sees me as that.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think at these days you wouldn't be called an underdog. If anything, people see you more as a leader now.
I'm reaping the fruits of my labor.
Yeah,
kind of
from
thing.
like years ago too.
Yeah.
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 Especially just the way you're thinking compared to now.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But I still have that. I gotta work hard. There's still some negatives that I feel that I've got from my inner child. Sorry. One being the insecurity sometimes. Like I think a lot when it comes to high pressure moments. That's when people got into me about being useless. That's more so my family. But I love them. But when there come to high pressure moments, for instance, like basketball games or making decisions.
When your family's there?
Yeah, with my
Okay.
family. There was just so many moments where people expected me to perform better. Let's say even my studies, where I think I did okay.
Okay.
My dad expected so much more of me.
Oh, for your studies, huh?
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah.
like so much more of me. So whenever when test results came in, I thought I did okay, man.
It was like those stereotypical
Straight up.
Asian parents.
It's actually not a joke, yeah. So I had like distinctions and my parents would still go,
Where's the H?
yeah, where's the
H?
high distinction?
Yeah.
Yeah, like actually. And then it'll be back into the whole like, when Earl, when I was younger, I graduated summa cum laude, or if you don't know what that is, it's like the top. I think summa cum laude is the number one in university.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So my dad was one of those guys, and whenever any time you could give me praise for something, I never got it. And that was just my whole life, to be honest. So that's something that's influenced me as a child. I not only seek praise when it comes my way, I'm not really receptive of it.
Oh really?
Oh, hell yeah.
What's that?
I just pretend to be receptive of it. Well, why is that? Because I never got it before. I really, really, really like love getting praise. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I seek it because I never had it.
Yeah.
But when it's come my way, I don't know how to
Really take
it in.
I think I'm the same way, to be honest. Yeah, definitely. Because,
Yeah?
I used to not be able to handle compliments. I'm like, thanks. You
Yeah.
know, those ones, those
Yeah.
awkward ones. And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that because I feel a lot of people when they were younger generally don't get praised a lot. I know
You reckon?
not a lot of people, I reckon. Or maybe just people.
Nah, man.
Nah?
I've seen some people get shaped up into the person they are. Like their shit don't stink. No offense to them.
Yeah.
Because all they got in their life was you're gonna be great. You're gonna be amazing. You're a princess. You're a prince.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, I know so much more than the other way around. I never got praise growing up, especially into my especially like I'd say teen years, man. Does inner child count then? I'll say late into my teen years, because anytime I got, like I said, any opportunity I got for praise, not only did I not receive it from my family, it was my family apart from my brother. I love my brother. Me and him were each other's fucking hype men and my best friend,
which is very important. I think.
Yeah, it's so important because without him, I wouldn't have survived.
Yeah,
but there was always my family members. But anytime I talked about something I was proud of, our family motto was "Be quiet, don't talk about yourself."
Yeah,
so keep that to yourself.
Don't be proud of yourself.
Yeah,
openly.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, straight up, that's our family motto.
No shit.
Yeah, be quiet. Don't. Why are you telling people? Don't talk about yourself.
Because to them it would seem like you're boasting, right?
Yeah.
And I think this generation as well, generally for people, I want to say majority of the generation, the reason why haters hate that is the same mentality, right? That's how haters are raised.
Oh, hell yeah, man.
Because people that are truly happy would be happy for someone doing good in anything.
Exactly.
Yeah. And people that generally hate on someone doing good in something and don't even know them is generally because they've been raised to be quiet.
Yeah.
Or they view it as something, as a negative, that someone's doing good in something.
Yeah.
And they're just, boasting about it.
Yeah. Well, it's not. I think especially as a child, you just wanted someone else to be happy for you. Yeah. So, and even worse than that, there was always another family member who, when I was up,
yeah,
he'll always be quick to be like, "You think that's good?
You
think that's?
interesting.
You think that? Yeah." So he'd be right out there with me, just hit me down.
Funny is sometimes it's always your blood, huh?
Yeah, that's what I said in our first episode.
Yeah.
Sorry, maybe our third episode,
Yeah.
where I said probably one of our biggest trials will be the ones closest to us to bring us down. I think that's what's allowed us to keep pushing forward, because even at our most vulnerable, we've been hit down and we kept hitting down. So maybe even that side, that wall of ours, we've been able to build up within ourselves. Sucks. Nobody should have to go through that, but it happens, bro.
Building yourself up, huh?
Yeah, exactly right. Other thing that's influenced me, my view on 50-50 on things.
What do you mean by 50-50?
I used to hate if I tried at something, if somebody wasn't trying as hard as me, because my dad would always be quick to list out the things he did.
Okay.
I did this, what did you do? I did this, and what did you do today? I did this. Or if I'm doing something, you do this too. And that's why when me and my brother were working towards something, or when we were living together, I was quick to be like, I wash the dishes, you wash this. You clean the clothes, you do this. And even with my ex-partner, one of my regrets was my responsibilities are like, when we first moved in, I was so happy to do everything. I actually found happiness in like cleaning, washing dishes, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Whatever I felt like doing, I got to do.
Yep.
But because that stupid 50-50 mentality was in my fucking head, and I still see it to this day with my family, I eventually came back into, okay, well, I washed the dishes today. I washed the clothes today.
How did you contribute?
Yeah, how did you? Well, she shouldn't, there should be no fucking give.
Yeah.
The one of my favorite quotes I've ever heard is, a good relationship is 50-50, but a better relationship is 100-100. So you give all of you.
Yeah.
In any way you can.
Yep.
Without the expectation of anything
what your
back.
capacity is right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you can is what essentially.
Yeah.
I was happy to do all those things, but I fucking didn't, because that's stupid. 50-50, it's not fair. But I fucking wanted to do that.
But it was just that influence, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting.
How do you feel about that?
Nah.
Are you similar?
I can see similarities in like how I would go into having that 50-50 and how you want to contribute. But it's definitely something I fight.
Yeah, dude.
Especially because if you truly love someone, for me, especially with my partner, I don't want to have that relationship where I did this or I pay for this, you should pay for the next one. Yeah, I think it's all about like, giving as much as you can. That's within your capacity.
I think the bad part is when you expect it in return. That's where the 50-50 is bad.
Yeah.
Do you expect it in return?
There has been times where I do.
Yeah.
But that's when I say I fight it.
Yeah.
I suppress that feeling down.
I am trying my absolute best to get rid of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by suppressing. I don't want to have that feeling of, oh, you owe me.
Yeah.
Especially in a relationship, I don't think it should be about that.
No, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
110%. I've learned that more than ever. That was my biggest lesson in life. It isn't about what I do for this family or whatever. It's what I want to do for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And what you want to do for me. How other things have influenced me, I guess. Egotistical. My father was someone who, even though he told me to be quiet about things, he was very quick to be like, do you know what I've accomplished in my life? Do you know what I've done about my life? In comparison to you, this is what I've done. You know how we joke around a lot about it? The whole like comparison.
Yep.
We try our best to avoid me from comparing myself to others. But it's so hard to fight that.
Yeah.
That's my inner child saying,
so do you reckon that's where it stems from?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Okay. Because, I've always told you off for that.
Yeah, you've always
Always tell you off.
And me and my brother, we constantly do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That explains a lot then.
Yeah, because our dad would always be like, he's going nowhere in life because that's not all he is. You know what I am?
What's funny there? I saw that's a lot of fellows too.
It is.
It is, yeah.
They
love to compare.
Yep.
Yeah.
The first thing is, you're struggling. Do you know what I used to do? Back in my day, I used to carry 2 pails of buckets across the 50-kilometer mountain. So it was never like, okay.
You have a tap.
Yeah, now you have a tap. You open the water. Oh, there's water. Back then, I used to carry buckets every morning. I used to wipe with leaves, the banana leaves. I used to wipe my shit. Now you go. That's what I mean. So that, and got onto, my uncle. My uncle was very egotistical. Still is.
Definitely would have stemmed down from that.
It did definitely stand that.
Okay.
Shout out to him though. I love my uncle. Both my uncles. One fights it so badly.
Mm-hmm.
One lets it like run free his ego,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
the other one fights it so hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's aware of it.
He's so aware of it.
Do you reckon your other uncle is aware of it?
He is. How about you? Did an ego exist in yourself?
I think ego did live within me when competitions. There's always that feeling of I want to be the best. I want to win. When it came to
Hell yeah.
when it came to like
That's alive.
yeah, for me CS or games,
Oh.
Yeah. Nah, but like because I was so involved in being a gamer.
Yeah.
So when it came to like CS, I always had to like rank top one. There was a freaking map called Scout Knives, and they had like a server rank, and I was in the top 10.
Oh.
Yeah, out of like a couple thousand people.
Oh.
Yeah, like I think
Is that
like
a lot?
200,000 people.
Oh shit! Couple thousand is 200,000.
Maybe not a couple thousand. Maybe not 200,000. Wait, I think about 100,000 people.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Out of 100,000 people, I was top 10. Even with Dota, I always wanted to get the highest kills, lowest deaths. The main thing of the game. Even when it comes to sports, I wanted to do the best. I didn't physically think I was able to though,
Damn. Really?
because I didn't think I was aware of my physical capabilities until later in life. That I believe that I was actually quite athletic. But I just never dived into that. I didn't ever get told that until later on. You know what I realized? Yeah, later on when people told me that, oh, you're quite athletic, that's when I really believed that I was athletic.
Yeah.
I think that's what happened later on in life.
You had to be told that you were athletic to start to be athletic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had the ability, but I never realized my ability until later on when I was told. So I think that generally happens a lot now. So ever since I never was told anything about like, if I was good or bad or anything, I never really like thought too much about it. When I did start making friends, like really close friends. So shout out to my best friend, first one, first friend. He actually started telling me about all the things that I'm actually good at and the things that he can see. And it made me start believing in myself. And that's when I actually had a change of mindset into thinking, oh, I can be good at things. I can dream. I can actually, be good at this. Why can't I get better at this? And I started believing in getting better at things, where before it wasn't necessarily getting better at things. It was just doing the activity because of doing it.
Nice.
It was just completely blank until later on, maybe when I was 13. That's when I met my best friend.
Yeah. And just on that, in terms of like you needing validation from others.
I think that's what built me though.
Yeah. No. That's 100%. Where I'm the other way. One thing my brother always said is that he saw in me always was I was such a hard worker. Like literally at the end of, I'd be that kid that you always see outside shooting a basketball for hours. You would literally see me by myself hitting like target practice on a soccer ball, like a little. I would keep trying to hit the same little thing from far away, getting distance.
Okay.
You would literally see me tackling the same fucking log, and nobody was there to tell me, "Oh, that's good." The only time people were ever there was on the spotlights, and they would just be so hard to be like, "Wow, that was pretty shit." Oh fuck, like we didn't expect anything of that. Oh, that was unexpected. Earl, you're actually kind of strong because you look weak. But my brother, the only one who saw any of that was my brother. Okay. He would just play outside. He wasn't so driven, but he watched me, or he would be my hitting partner. Seriously, the poor guy, man. Straight up, man. I forced him to do so much shit. Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, I love him, man. I love
legit
him.
Your assistant.
He was legit my assistant, bro. I used to trade doing his chores so that he would like pass me the basketball.
Yeah.
Or everything. So one thing he always noticed in me, I was such a hard worker because I just hated when people didn't expect anything of me. Or not it didn't expect. I fucking hated when they expected me to be shit. Yeah. I'll never forget like rugby camp. We were doing selection. They let everyone in who was a part of it. They got everyone in, but they paired me. So we were doing tackling practice when we'd go one-on-one with each other and try to bring them down properly, tackle them properly. So we'd do the cheek-to-cheek tackle, where when we say cheek-to-cheek, it's like my cheek to your ass cheek and tackling them down.
Oh, okay.
And I always felt like I was one of the stronger ones, but they never paired me with the stronger one.
Oh, really?
Yeah, never. They never. So they paired me with like the smallest guy and I was the second smallest guy. One that was a pivotal moment for myself because that was my chance in intermediate to go, I am fucking strong because I practiced so much. This little kid, this scrawny kid was about my height, my weight.
Good. Yeah.
It was 1-on-1. It was the strongest to the shortest because nobody was going to watch the smallest guys.
Yeah.
And I just made it so fucking big where it was an illegal tackle. I got him to cheek, but I lifted him really high.
Okay.
And like slammed into the ground. And I'll never forget the whole like team going, what the fuck? Oh my God. They were like, yo. And I was so angry because he was my friend.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
But when I fucking like smashed into the ground, I went, I was so fucking angry, and his face was like he was betrayed. Like, bro,
we were supposed to be in this together.
Yeah, seriously. But I was so angry when I was paired with him.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to,
especially prove yourself.
Yeah, I wanted to tackle like the fucking biggest guy, and I at that time I knew I could.
Yeah.
But because everyone was just saying, "Oh, he's weak," even in basketball, bro, it was always. That's why I focused so hard on defense because. It was the fact that the first person to want to pair up with me is the tallest, strongest guy. Oh, don't worry, I got Earl. I got Earl. Don't worry about him.
Yeah.
So my defense was always my strongest point because I'll play full court always. I'll play full court even till now. I'll play full court the whole game.
Yep.
Even if everyone's too tired, fuck it. I'll rush the whole fucking thing. And now, because of that, I grew to be a little bit egotistical, being like, don't fucking mess with me. It's a negative trait.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would you say it's a negative trait?
It's definitely a negative trait.
Nah, but I think it's there's negatives and positives to that.
Oh yeah,
because it helps. Yeah, because it helps you build yourself to a stronger point, right?
Yeah,
it does.
Yeah,
because like for me, example, since like I didn't get fuel from that, and I was just okay with people not expecting much of me.
True. Yeah.
Because that never gave me a driving factor in anything.
Yeah.
So I only pursued anything that I believed that I was interested in because you had that side of you where if someone didn't expect much from you, like, oh, he's not going to do much. For me, like when someone said to me, I'm like, it's all right.
Yeah.
So it never really gave me any fire in anything that I did because I was just kind of like the shadow.
Yeah, shit, man.
That's what you think about. So I think it's a good trait to have because it just gave you fire in anything that you did. Yeah. Whereas me, I was okay with being the sideline.
Yeah.
Which definitely not now.
Yeah, definitely not now.
Yeah. And it's completely like flipped just because who I've become now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my brother used to be there too.
Yeah, exactly.
He was happy to be the
like the assistant.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, I don't want to always like be in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But I definitely don't want to just do nothing. That's the biggest thing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't want to be okay with not doing anything with my life now.
Yeah. 100%. That's your authentic self.
Are there specific moments in your childhood that still impact you?
Heaps, man. Are you kidding? There's so many things that I know. One, I'll never do again. I'll never let myself do because of what's happened to me. But things that I really think about on a regular basis is, for instance, like one thing that's very like that we talk about within our family a lot is when we've wanted validation from our father. And for me, it was more so basketball games. I always wanted dad to come, but I also didn't want dad to come because dad was my biggest hater. But I wanted him to know that I was good.
Yep.
So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how well I performed. I'll shoot 17 when I was young. I'll shoot 17 points when I was a young age, or I'll be MVP. My dad would never say I did a good game, but he'll tell others that I did. He'll tell others that I did great. He'll often recount stories of a game that he thought that was so important to him that because he saw me do well. But to my face, dude, it was everything I did wrong was told to me. What the fuck? Oh, you didn't pass then. Are you blind? Do you think you're a hero? He'll be the first to yell out. He was even told by my coaches a few times to relax. He'll be yelling at me at games from inside the court if I made a mistake.
Yeah.
And I'll just hear it and all this anxiety. Then he'll walk out. So I always was like, come on, Earl, perform well so dad doesn't walk out.
Yep.
Yeah. One specific moment is I remember it was years before I invited dad to come watch me again. But it was my first league game. And dad hadn't seen me play for like 3 years because he was traveling a lot for work. And I was so excited for him to come because I've gone so much better. This one game I scored, I think I started the half really well at like 14.
Yep.
I mean, at that age, I was really like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
I mean, at adult age, at my point guard position with fucking like, it's 14 is pretty good. I started pretty high. I think I only missed maybe twice. I was feeling pretty confident. Then a half came, and my dad said, "You think it's okay to hog the ball as much as you are? You're not seeing all these." But I was like excited to go. Like, Dad, how did you feel?
Yeah.
And that's all I heard. And then he hit me with, "Wow, it's been this long and you haven't changed at all." And I went. Phew. Then I forced passing the game. I finished the game with the same amount of points I started with in the first half because my dad kept telling me to pass. Playing a lot of defense because I played the whole game, and I got to 4 fouls. In Australia, you only have 5 fouls, but I got to 4 fouls, and I was on my last foul, and he hit me with the "What the fuck? You can't play defense without fouling." In the fourth quarter, he walked out, and that always fucking triggered me, man. I was like, shit.
How did that impact you?
The high pressure moments, even though people look to me to make big decisions, I feel like when the pressure is so high, I crumble. Yeah. Well, right now, like especially this podcast, especially everything that's going on in my life, everything's high pressure right now. And I fear of me losing it. So I do all these things to avoid losing control. I'm so afraid of what people might think when I crumble or when I don't give what's expected because of that. That moment. The whole like, how we just mentioned, people are starting to like see I'm starting to reap the fruits of my labor.
Yep.
I'm so afraid of now everyone sees me in this kind of way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like shit. When will they see me crumble?
When's the downhill? Yeah.
Yeah. When's the downhill?
But I always feel like there's always going to be a bit of a downhill, right?
Of course, man.
Yeah.
Whoa. This podcast, we've had a fuckload of setbacks, But
I think the worst is still to come.
Whoa, seriously?
No, there's always going to be worse times, and then after there's going to be higher times.
Fuck, man. I'm hoping there's no.
I know that for sure because of this business that I help build. There's always a worse time, and then there's always a higher time. I've learned that.
Yeah.
And in my life.
For sure. This gives me back to the whole like quote of like people, that whole it gets easier in the end. Oh, it will get better. That's such a facade. It's the biggest lie you could ever hear.
It never gets easier. You just get stronger.
I always believe that, and that's why when people go, if you just keep going, it'll get easier. They're not wrong. It's a lie that things will get easier. You're just gonna be able to deal with it more.
Yeah, you'll just be able to deal with those problems easier.
Yeah,
but there's always going to be newer problems that are a lot harder than those problems. If you can't get through this, what makes you think you can do this?
Fuck, we're juggling so much in life. In what ways have you nurtured or neglected your inner child?
This podcast definitely has nurtured my inner child because I definitely have been quite lost when it comes to having a sense of my inner child. And this podcast, since you challenged me a lot, you expect a lot of things from me, it's definitely changed the cycle of that. So it's actually brought the better side of me to become better. That's what I've gotten from this podcast. Because I think when you don't have someone that's, especially a parent, expect much of you, you don't necessarily think, you need to get good at this or you need to get good at that. Especially I was able to drop out of school. It just kind of showed that, oh no, it's okay.
Yeah. And okay. Like you said before, she didn't react she didn't care too much. She wasn't angry at you.
Yeah, she wasn't angry at me. She just said, as long as you do something with yourself, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, like go to work, that's all right. So I never was really able to have that expectation of responsibilities. That's why this podcast has been really great for me.
And every time when I kind of like, okay, this is a standard of the output of our work.
Yeah.
You've never just hit that. It's always been that and more. And then it keeps raising and raising and raising. And in anything and everything we do, like we evolve more, man.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Which you have to.
Yeah.
You can't just stay in the same place because you'll get the same results, right?
Yeah. And the one thing you say that's meant to hurt me, and it does, is when you say the standard of work is, just getting it done, right? You'll never, when I just get it done, you always hit me with, this kind of looks like exactly what we, like our when we first ever did it. For instance, like the topics. I think it was 2 weeks ago or the week before, you're like, not really happy with the topics because it looks exactly how we formatted it when we first started.
I think... Yeah.
As much as I still did it, it hurt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's good because it's not the fact you didn't praise me because it's done.
Yeah. I gave you truth to it.
Yeah, the truth to it, where it's like, are we evolving? Are we getting better?
Yep.
Yeah, which is almost
No,
better than
no,
it's
yeah,
shit.
it was more so like we took a step back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better than that's shit. Do better. But at least it's like direction into we already know what's better. Why did you
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a stab. It was more so a question.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so those things are the ones that work with me. For myself, how I nurture my inner child, just everything my inner child dreamt of being or doing, I do now. My inner child, even though everyone was like, oh, you know, you dance, you're a good dancer, all that stuff.
Yeah.
People at this age now start to like let it go.
Mm.
Like, fuck everyone, man. There's not a lot of people my age anymore that dance. And the ones that do are like the OGs and they're killing it.
Yeah.
I haven't let it die. I still dance.
It's that toxic relationship.
Yeah, it's that toxic ex-girlfriend I have. I can't let it go, but I still, my inner child is like, oh my God, look at me. I'm dancing. I think other things is like my dad always, he used to do this thing, right? Where I used to hate it, but I used to love it at the same time. Because he traveled so much for work, he would point to the TV whenever there was a show and he'd be like, see that? I've been there. Have you? I've been that. Have you? Have you been there? Have you been there? And he knows, obviously, I haven't. I'm still a child.
Yeah.
Where I don't push that on people anymore. But now it was like those things that I was like, I want to be there one day. I go. I just go.
Put it into motion.
Yeah. I just fucking go. If I want it. And before I used to be so angry as a child about not feeling in control of things that are going around me.
Yeah.
Now to nurture that, all I do is I won't let what others dictate my actions. I will do it.
Yep.
I'll put others' wants or beliefs or whatever aside. If I want something done, I'll just do it myself. I won't rely on others because people relied on me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in how I neglect my inner child, sometimes I don't rest.
Yeah. Your sleeping pattern's fucked.
Yeah, my sleeping pattern is fucked. But I
Would
don't.
you say that's neglecting your inner child, or was that neglecting yourself?
Well, my inner child loved to sleep, but the whole neglecting my inner child, probably just the imagination piece. I'm sure I'm not the only one when I think, like back then I used to stare at a window and then like imagine a dragon coming down past the window, looking into it and like might kill me, or like breathe fire down in the room, or when I'm going through a bridge, right? Thinking Godzilla is gonna come out the water and just fucking destroy it. I still
think of that now, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think about that the other day.
Oh, hundreds, man.
Yeah.
See, that's what I mean.
You know why? Because I always drive on the Westgate Bridge.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, fuck, this bridge is massive. I
Yeah.
can only imagine if there was a giant monster on the side.
Yeah. 100%. I love that shit. That used to affect my anatomy. Yeah. I used to go, oh my God. And my brother would be like, are you alright? And I'd be like, oh, there's gonna be a dragon about to come. Yeah, seriously, I used to let my imagination run wild. Where now life is so fucking scheduled. Like,
yeah, and
I
think that's why time goes so fast now.
Yeah, dude.
We don't have that time to let our imagination run wild like a kid again.
Yeah.
When time was like slow and just living in the present moment.
Yeah, man. 100%.
But now it's just straight up, oh, gotta do this.
Yeah.
Now, what's the next appointment?
You know what my life is like. Everything is actually documented.
Yep.
Now our podcasts have always been documented. We have to be.
Yeah, 100%.
But everything in my life now is documented. What I'm doing on Tuesday, what I'm doing on Monday, what I'm doing, like everything has to be scheduled and documented. Otherwise, I will not be able to do it. And that's just ultimately, it's given me barriers on what I can accomplish. It's allowed me to accomplish more than ever, but it's given me less freedom. And I think that's neglecting myself a bit. But it's only for a short period of time. I won't let this go on too long.
Yeah.
And I know
Definitely
myself.
Definitely can't.
How about you? How have you neglected your inner child? You talked about nurturing it, but how have you neglected it?
I would say not being able to really just take time out of a day, detox from everything and just sit down and be with myself.
Yeah.
I believe that I've just always neglected my inner child.
Yeah, like you haven't even acknowledged him until now.
So this is probably, in a long time, I've actually thought about my inner child. I actually haven't even heard that sentence, inner child, not that sentence, but those two words together for a long time.
Yeah.
That's why when you brought up the subject of inner child, I was very shocked because I couldn't think of anything I could contribute to it.
Yeah.
I didn't have much of an inner child or right now.
I'm almost in the same boat. The only reason why is because somebody asked me about it.
Oh.
Yeah.
if anything, this inner child talk makes me think maybe I should go see a therapist
Yeah.
just so I can actually nurture it again
Yeah.
and have a better understanding of myself. I feel because of this episode, I really have neglected my inner child
Yeah.
and who I was back then.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, don't worry. I'm the same boat. Like, my inner child used to love stories. I don't even listen to stories anymore. I don't watch movies. I don't watch anything. Anime. I watch anime.
Yeah, I still watch anime here and there.
Yeah. Man, story games is my life.
Yeah,
I used to get lost in a story game and like go in a dream and think of it.
I guess you would say having an inner child is like, playing games as well. Would you say
Yeah.
that's nurturing it? To a point.
To a point.
To a point.
To a point.
Yeah.
To a point. Or giving time to enjoy things. That's definitely nurturing your inner child. I don't think I do that anymore.
Enjoy things, yeah.
Yeah, like allocating time to enjoy. You know what I mean? Now you're allocating time to spend time with someone, so hopefully you can enjoy.
Yeah. Oh, true.
Yeah. Yeah. Or hopefully they can enjoy.
Interesting.
Where I don't even think.
You don't enjoy? Nah, I know.
All right. Let's say you could talk to your inner child right now. What would you say?
What would I say? You can do anything.
I'm gonna get emotional. Fuck. That's only good. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Would you apologize first for losing him for a bit?
Would I apologize? Because because I'm speaking like this if it was my child.
Oof. Okay.
I'm interpreting this question as if I was talking to my child and I was building their inner child up. That's how I'm interpreting it.
So picture you younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like my younger self.
No, just picture you younger, like at let's say 10 or 12 or 13. Imagine him like the really short Marvin, tiny, and before he got to you, what would you say to him?
You're smart. You can do anything you can put your mind to. The world is yours. Like,
You think he would believe it?
yes, because he needs validation, right?
Yeah.
I think if he was listening to someone telling him that at like in his innocent stage of his life, that because younger Marvin believed anything that anyone would say. Very gullible.
Yeah.
Still pretty gullible now,
Yeah.
but obviously not as gullible as I would be when I was 10.
Yeah.
So any positive affirmations I could have been told and got guided into, I would have 100% believed it. That's what I believe.
Damn. So you think he would take that on board then?
Yeah.
If
it was someone that he looked up to or was around for a long period of time. Yeah.
Can I add what I would say to that younger Marvin, and then
What?
You know what I'd say to your inner child?
What?
Speak out. Your opinions matter. What you're thinking matters. That's what I'd say.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Because I felt like of all the stories I've heard from you, you let the life just bring you with the waves. You just flew with it.
Yeah.
Where you could just crash into it and be like, fuck you, I'm staying here. Or I'm going the other way. If I could talk to my inner child, I would say invest in Bitcoin. No, I'm kidding. No, but if I could really talk to my inner child, one, I'd say, dude, you are fucking cool. Like, you are the coolest kid, man. Everyone teasing you and shit. Fuck them.
Interesting.
They won't matter in a matter of years.
Yep.
Everything you're working towards and like you're trying so hard. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. And I would say you're looking up to the wrong people. Yeah.
Really?
I would say that, Tim. I looked up to the wrong people.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. It was after I became a child. That's when I was like, I look up to one person, and this person shaped me who I am now. Yeah, this person really shaped me. Yeah, in the best way. Oh, I'll just say it is. My uncle who raised us in New Zealand.
Okay.
I didn't look up to him while I was growing up because he was in the same boat as me.
Mm-hmm.
Because I looked up to my dad. We were both under his house and blah blah. But when he took care of taking care of us, it wasn't until after I left that situation that I realized how much he shaped me. He had literally, he was the very reason I became so much of what I was. He's the reason I got into anime.
Mm-hmm.
He's the reason why I love the story games.
Mm-hmm.
He validated the things that separated me from other people.
Okay.
And my protective nature.
Yep.
Him. Where I don't think I got that from anyone else in my family.
Yep.
Where they were very quick to be angry and quick to be confrontational, but when push came to shove, they weren't the ones to be relied on. And they were aware of that very same situation. They won't be there for a fight, but they'll start it. They'll be quick to get driven to a corner and then attack, but not attack before it's preventable. Mm-hmm. Where my uncle, who raised me, he was so protective and he didn't let things get worse. He nipped it at the bud.
Yeah, diffused it.
Yeah. If I had to talk to my inner child, be like, bro, that's the one you want to look at. When you were, because I didn't look up to him until I was older, but my inner child, then I would say, yeah, you're looking up to the wrong people, and you are the one who dictates what's cool, not others.
I like that.
Yeah. You are definitely the one, and being original is fucking cool, man. And not having everyone love you is fucking cool.
I think I took that too hard.
Why?
Because I didn't really care.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. There's the benefit in not to, it's the pros and cons to that.
Yeah, no, fair enough.
Yeah. You'd be the like fucking Naruto kid.
Did you?
No. Thank God.
No, I never did either.
No.
Yeah, don't say thank God. No, fuck it, dude. Sorry, that's cool. You know, when I see that at the beach, I'm like, yes! Yes!
Would you join them?
Yeah.
Okay. If I see a Naruto kid running around.
You should have saw there was one of my friends last summer dared me to Naruto run.
Yeah.
Across the beach.
Yeah.
And she put money on it. No, like, bro, are you serious? I'm like, I even did the cha. I don't go. But she like dared me, and I'm like, no, man, that's hard. Maybe for $20, I'd do it. I'd be like, bitch, you don't know. This is easy.
I do this in my sleep.
Yeah. Nah. I think that's it, though.
Yeah.
This was definitely another serious episode. Again, we're going to take this opportunities when it's ourselves to really talk about ourselves a bit more. I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm just here thinking about my thoughts and fuck, maybe I need to go see a therapist.
Yeah. Straight up, man.
It makes you really think. So, for the people out there that listen to this episode, have a think about your inner child.
Yeah, actually do it.
Have a think about yourself. Maybe just write some points down about yourself. Maybe you don't remember anymore. Who knows? It might open up some new emotions within you.
Yeah.
But yeah, pretty satisfied with this episode, don't you think?
Same. Yeah, I'm happy with that.
But yeah, with that, I think we are at the end of this episode. So thanks for tuning into That Me Podcast.
Make sure to follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and TikTok by searching That Me Podcast on all platforms.
Like, follow, and subscribe if you want to see more of us. But most importantly,
stay hungry.
Stay humble.
Listen to your inner child. You suck.
I was going to say inner child.
You were just going to say the words inner child?
Inner child.
All good. See you guys on the next.